Good afternoon and welcome to Let's Talk TV, your number one TV channel here on YouTube, where we discuss trending news stories all over Nigeria. All right, before I dive into today's news stories, please do well to subscribe to our channel, like and share our video, and please hit the notification button so that you can get update of our new videos. All right. Moving on to the stories for today. The headlines: Isaac Bishop Oyedepo Son resigns from Living Faith Church. If I were my daughter, I wouldn't date me, comedian Mark Angel says as he reveals he married secretly and is now divorced. And Monday sit at home, Southeast businessmen, school managers, others narrate how they cope with the other. The details. The second son of Bishop David Oyedepo, who is the founder of Living Faith Church Worldwide, Pastor Isaac Oyedepo, has reportedly resigned from the ministry. The reported resignation was announced on Wednesday by Church Gist, a media platform owned by Pastor Leke Beecroft, one of the long-term pastoral assistants at the LFC headquarters in Ota. Isaac is said to be planning to commence a new church ministry. The NG blog reported that Pastor Isaac was announced in September as the National Youth Pastor of the Youth Alive Fellowship, YAF, the youth arm of the church. Now, this story is trending all over social media, and people are saying a lot about the story. Some people say they were not surprised, while some who are not really familiar with what goes on in Living Faith Church say they are surprised. Some feel there's something fishy about it. But then the young man of God has said he wants to start his own ministry. It probably the style of ministry that he's being called into is different from that of his father, so it's very understandable if he wants to dive into his own ministry. It usually happen. Doesn't mean that because your father started ministry you have to continue from where he stopped. No, sometimes it's quite different. But then let's look at the comment of some persons. This person wrote, if this is true, it means God really spoke to him. Bishop Oyedepo once said, it's not compulsory for a son of for a son of Geos to take over church that their father founded. Pastor Isaac has his own calling and has yielded to God's call. May God's grace be upon him. Amen. Very true. That your father, like I said earlier, started in ministry doesn't necessarily mean you have to, take over, because sometimes your style, the area of ministry that God called you to might be different from that of your father. So we understand. This other person wrote, details are still sketchy. Don't be surprised if the church later denies or clarifies this. You sabi, I don't see the sketchiness in this thing. But then we believe that with time, more information about this story will be given, for more clarification. And then another person wrote, may the good Lord be with him as we eagerly anticipate great manifestation of God's grace and mercy through him. Amen. This other person wrote, let him resign in peace, I beg, no be by force. All right, like he said, let him resign in peace. Then this other person wrote, don't say what you do not know. Just read and pass. Don't speak of the anointed of God with disregard. Very true, very important. Some persons don't just like to talk anyhow, honestly, and I don't know why, especially when it comes to men of God matter. I don't know why we usually have personal problems with some men of God in this our country, Nigeria. So please don't speak anyhow. Even aside being a man of God, generally don't, whenever you see a news about somebody, you don't just have to comment or comment about the person anyhow you like. Please, very important. And then this last one wrote, Lobaton dude has always been different from earlier years. Yes, so I heard that his style of ministry has been always different very different from that of his father. So I believe that is one of the reasons why he has intended to start up his own ministry. So I pray that God will grant him the grace that he needs to do well, just like his father, and even do better. All right, moving on to the next story. Mark Angel, a Nigerian comedian popular for his skit with the young Emanuela, has disclosed that he was once secretly married and is now divorced. The scriptwriter and skit maker made this known on a podcast hosted by Teju Babyface, which was posted on Tuesday, October 23. He said, I was once married. I never said it in any podcast. I got married in secret and I was divorced in secret. I don't even know if I'm dating anyone now. I have babe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I was my daughter, I wouldn't date me. He, however, declined to reveal the identity of his former spouse. I mean, hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 babes. Only you, sir. Not be smart to know. It's all right. But then him saying if he were his daughter, he wouldn't date himself. I mean, that's not a very good statement to make about yourself. I mean, his daughter might be hearing, I don't know if she's grown up. I don't know if he has a daughter. I think he has a daughter or a child rather. And if his child is to watch that video earlier on, maybe when the child is matured, it doesn't speak well of his or her father. I mean, why would you even make such a statement? Because I believe every parent should want to be an icon to their children, that when your children look at you, they will tell themselves that, oh, I want to marry a man just like my father is, or I want to marry a woman just like my mother is. No, but this kind of statement he made, it didn't wake me sha. But then let me read very few comments made by some people. This person wrote, he stay away from Nigerian media good for him. All right, I don't even understand what that person is trying to say. This other person wrote, so Mr. Mark, you have divorced that pretty girl. What's happening with our ladies nowadays? Well, it doesn't necessarily mean it was the ladies' fault, because I mean he just said it here that if he were his daughter he wouldn't marry himself, meaning that there's probably something wrong with him. I mean he making that statement clarifies that okay, there is a part of himself that really needs to be worked on for him to have said something. Because for you to make such a statement, it then means that if someone can't even stay with you in a relationship, it means something is wrong with you somehow. I don't know, but to me I feel that is what that statement means. So please don't put it on the lady. Don't blame the woman. She might not necessarily be at fault, just like the comment he made that if he was his daughter, he wouldn't marry himself. All right, this last comment says, unfortunate you making others laugh while not happy. Honestly speaking, there are a lot of people in this country, most of these skit makers, they make people laugh. There are people that make you laugh, but then it doesn't necessarily mean that they themselves are happy. There are some people that smile all the time. They're always smiling, they're always laughing. But if you dig deep into their life, you will realize that there's a lot that they are going through. But then that's the reality of life. All right, moving on to the last story for today. Monday sit at home. Southeast businessmen, school managers, others narrate how they cope with the other. Since the sit-at-home has persisted for over 2 years, despite the effort of the state governors to restore normalities in the Southeast, all economic, social, and political activities have been literally grounded. However, in the past 6 months, some of the residents in the zone have devised survival means, especially on Mondays. Within Nigeria, findings revealed that many business outfits have recently decided to open their doors for business Mondays with some measures of restraint and brain. For instance, in Enugu State, especially in Nsukka area, many filling stations opened for business, with one entrance open as from 10 a.m. and shut down by 4 p.m. A manager of one of the filling stations who spoke to reporters, that is the reporters of within Nigeria, under the condition of anonymity, revealed that they wait till 10 a.m. to make sure that there is no security issue before opening for business. However, in Ogote main market, Enugu Metropolis, one of the traders who gave his name as Joel Eze told the reporters that every Monday, this is in the word of the Joel Eze. Every Monday, we hang around the market to see if there is any customer coming to buy anything here. Sometimes we get many customers, but most times we don't get. One of the traders, Marcel Okafor, who is of he sells food items. He spoke to Within Nigeria, stating that we can't afford to continue staying at home in the name of sit at home. We usually give out our phone numbers to our customers. If any of them or their friends needs to buy anything from us, they usually call us on phone and we will come to the shop to sell them. However, for the Enugu State civil servants who are mandated by the state governor to go to work every day, including Mondays, it is indeed a different ballgame. Findings by Within Nigeria show that many of them, especially teachers who teach in remote areas like Nrobo, Abi, Opanda, and Upata in Uzo Wani local government area, usually write their attendance on Friday and send them to their respective board in Enugu City on Mondays. Nevertheless, it was also gathered many schools like those in Anambra State usually go to school on Saturdays to make up for the lost time. Those in Enugu and Imo also close for school at 3 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. as the case to make up for the huge loss. Again, all the states cut down on duration of their holidays. For instance, the just concluded long vacation, which was supposed to last for 8 weeks, was pruned down to 6 weeks. By and large, many, especially government schools, no longer have their usual midterm breaks. They take the term at a stretch. Oh wow, this is really sad. It's really sad because these Mondays are usually the main days of working week, and when you say the people should stay back at home and do nothing, it affects them in every way. It affects them, it affects the business people, it affects the civil servant, it affects the student, it affects everybody. And it's so bad. It's so bad that the people are tired. And you know, one thing with Igbo people, they are very intelligent and they will always look for a way. In fact, Igbo people are survivors. That is who they are. They know how to survive. They will always look for a way to survive and make sure that things are going well for them. But then this cannot continue to linger. Something needs to be done about the situation. The people are tired of staying at home. The people are really tired. The government should really look into this matter. The students' education is being affected in a very large way. Because of this thing, they when they go to school, they don't go on meet and break. And you see, that meet and break is very important too. I remember that time when we were in school, meet and break used to be like the sweetest time during school session, because you just need that time to rest. Even the teachers, they need that time to rest. But then when you make the student learn all through the term, there is no break for them, and then you make them stay in school longer hours just to make up for the lost times, it's not healthy. It's not healthy for the children. It's not at all. Something really needs to be done about this situation. So I would like to know what are your thoughts about this particular story, especially this story. I would like to know what your thoughts is about it. Even though these people have found a way around the situation, it's not something that we would want to say, okay, since they found a way, then let it continue. No, it can't continue. Something has to be done. Please, I would like to know your comment about this story, and please leave your comment in the comment section. I would really love to know your comment about not just the story, but every other stories that I spoke about. earlier. And thanks for staying with us. I'll see you next time. Thanks for staying with me. That is for those of you that stayed from beginning to the end, sha. All right, do well to subscribe to our channel, like and share our video, and hit the notification button so that you can get much more videos when we post them. Thank you.